Hello everyone. Welcome to revision class series of Financial Accounting 6. I am Ms. Akila Pai, Assistant Professor and Head, Department of Commerce, Sri Venkatamana Swami College, Bantwal. In this video, I am going to revise on the chapter Alteration of Share Capital and Internal Reconstruction. I have already uploaded few videos where I have explained both theory concepts and problems in detail. I'll put the link of those videos in the description box for your reference. Now let us once again discuss important concepts relating to the chapter Alteration of Share Capital and Internal Reconstruction. First, let's see the meaning of alteration of share capital and internal reconstruction. Internal reconstruction is an arrangement under which a company, instead of going into liquidation, reconstructs itself internally by merely altering or reducing the capital of its shareholders and the claims of the debenture holders and creditors with their consent. So here you can understand that internal reconstruction is an arrangement under which the company need not go for liquidation. Instead, it can alter the share capital or it can alter or reduce the claims of the debenture holders and creditors. But the condition here is that the company has to get the permission of the shareholders and debenture holders and also the creditors for doing so. The essence of internal reconstruction is that there is neither liquidation of existing company nor the formation of new company. Okay, which means that there is only internally reconstructing the capital as well as the claims of the debenture holders and creditors. Okay, that is the meaning of alteration of share capital and internal reconstruction. The next concept we have to discuss in this chapter is about differences between external reconstruction and internal reconstruction. So here, before you write the differences between those two terms, you have to write the meaning first. Okay, what is the meaning of external reconstruction, and then what is the meaning of internal reconstruction, and then below that you have to list down all these differences. Okay, now let us see what are the major differences between external reconstruction and internal reconstruction. The first point says, in case of external reconstruction, one company is liquidated. Okay, but in case of internal reconstruction, no company is liquidated. So this is the major difference between external reconstruction and internal reconstruction. Okay, this difference you can understand by seeing the meaning of those two terms. Okay, here in case of external reconstruction, the meaning says one existing company is going to be liquidated and the same members or this majority of the members are going to form a new company for the purpose of taking over the business of that existing company. Okay, so the old company, the existing company is going to be liquidated and a new company is formed. Okay, that is the reason they have listed the first difference, that is one company is going to be liquidated, that is existing company is going to be liquidated. Quite reverse to that, in case of internal reconstruction, they are just altering or reducing the capital of shareholders, debenture holders and creditors. They are not going to liquidate the existing company or form a new company. Okay, that is the major difference between these two terms. Then coming to the second one, that is new company is formed. In case of external reconstruction, they are going to form a new company. But in case of internal reconstruction, there is no formation of any new company. Then coming to the third point, no need of court's permission. If the company wants to go for external reconstruction, they need not obtain the permission of court. But if the company wants to go for internal reconstruction, they have to obtain the permission of court because it is going to affect the interest of shareholders, debenture holders and also the creditors. So court's permission is very much required in case of internal reconstruction. Then coming to the fourth point, external reconstruction is very easy and speedy process. Okay, but in case of internal reconstruction, it is a very tedious process and also very slow. Okay, then coming to the last point, that is creditors and debenture holders may or may not continue in the new company. As we discussed in the meaning, external reconstruction means that one existing company is going to be liquidated and the same members or majority of the members are going to form a new company. So the creditors as well as the debenture holders of that existing company, that is old company, may or may not continue in the new company as the creditors and debenture holders. Okay, it is left to the decision of the company and as per the rules which has to be followed at the time of external reconstruction. But in case of internal reconstruction, the creditors and debenture holders will continue because there is only alteration of share capital and the claims of debenture holders and creditors. The same creditors and debenture holders are going to be continued even after the internal reconstruction. So these are the major differences between external reconstruction and internal reconstruction. This is an important concept from the point of view of semester examinations. If you look at the question paper of 2013, 2015, 2017 and 2019, this question had appeared. State the differences between external reconstruction and internal reconstruction for 6 marks. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, you have to first write the meaning of those two terms and then you have to list down all these differences. Then the third concept in this chapter is about forms of internal reconstruction. Internal reconstruction may take two forms. The first one is reorganization or alteration of share capital, and the second one reduction of capital. Coming to the first form, that is reorganization or alteration of share capital, it refers to rearrangement of capital of the company and it includes another 6 points. The first point says increasing the share capital by making the fresh issue of shares. The second one, decreasing the share capital by cancelling the unissued shares. Third one, conversion of fully paid shares into stocks. Fourth one, reconversion of stocks into shares. Fifth one, consolidation of shares of smaller amount into shares of larger amount. And the last point, subdivision of shares of larger amount into shares of smaller amount. So these are the 6 points that is covered under the first form of alteration of share capital, that is reorganization or alteration of share capital. And the second form is reduction of capital. So reduction of capital is an arrangement under which claims of debenture holders and creditors are reduced and the amount so reduced is used for writing off accumulated losses, fictitious assets and overvalued portion of fixed assets. Okay, this reduction of capital includes another 3 points, that is first one, extinguishing or reducing the liability of members for the uncalled capital. Second one, reducing the capital by returning the excess capital. And the third one, writing off the capital which is lost. All these concepts I have already explained in detail in the previous videos where you can learn all these concepts with the example. The link of that video is given in the description box. You can go through that. The next concept in this chapter is about journal entries to be passed in the books of company at the time of alteration of share capital as well as internal reconstruction. Based on the forms of internal reconstruction, the journal entries are classified into two categories. The first set of journal entries are relating to alteration of share capital and the second set of journal entries are relating to reduction of share capital. I had prepared a detailed video during the lockdown period where I had explained all these journal entries relating to alteration of share capital as well as reduction of share capital in detail. The link of that video is given in the description box. You can go through that video. Okay. After the journal entries, we had also solved few questions relating to internal reconstruction. The link of that video is also given in the description box. I had circulated detailed notes of this chapter. You can go through that notes or else you can even refer the textbook as well as question bank. If you have any doubt, you can contact me. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching.